Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into the really fascinating and, let's be honest, complex world of India's education system.
Absolutely. It's evolving so rapidly. We've got some great source material to unpack.
We do. And our mission today is, well, it's to tackle some big questions, Like, what's the real deal with AI in classrooms?
Or does picking a specific education board actually make a difference long term?
Exactly. And this huge shift in India towards skills, not just marks. Plus, what's the future for all those coaching centers?
And maybe the biggest one,
Yeah.
do those competitive exams genuinely show potential?
Yeah.
Or something else entirely?
Right. Are we setting kids up for the future or just, well, another test?
It's fascinating how all these pieces, high-tech AI, old school exams, different boards, they're all sort of converging, aren't they? Reshaping the whole experience.
That's a great way to put it. Okay, let's zero in on AI first. The new National Education Policy, the NEP, is really pushing it for personalized learning, smart classes. Sounds amazing on paper.
It does promise a lot. Better outcomes, tailored education.
But the sources we looked at also raised some serious red flags. What's the biggest hurdle you see?
Well, beyond the obvious digital divide, there's this potential pedagogical divide. You can have fancy AI, but if you don't have reliable electricity or internet,
Or teachers who know how to use it effectively.
precisely, massive upskilling is needed. Otherwise, the tech just sits there, or maybe even creates more confusion. It's like the advanced algorithms are running way ahead of the basic classroom reality.
That makes sense. A gap between the tech and the teaching capacity.
Exactly. You can't really get that true personalization if the foundations aren't solid.
Okay, so if AI's potential is tied to these basics, what about the foundation itself? The education board, CBSE, ICSE, state boards, IB.
And dozens more, right? I think the sources mentioned 66 boards in total.
Yeah, 66, with really uneven standards. So does your choice actually matter that much?
Well, that's the core of the issue, isn't it? The Ministry of Education is even suggesting a common board.
To try and standardize things, reduce dropouts.
Right. It's not just about curriculum. It's about defining what quality education even means across such different contexts. A board might say it builds analytical skills, but if the standards underneath are shaky.
Then the promise falls flat, which seems to connect directly to this skilling revolution idea.
Yeah, the stats are pretty sobering. Things like 80% of engineering grads being unemployable.
And over half of young people generally not job ready. It's stark.
Especially when India apparently needs, 109 million skilled workers soon? By 2030?
How do we possibly bridge that kind of gap?
I think the key insight here is the move away from just rote learning. Finally.
Towards creativity, collaboration, critical thinking.
Yes, the market demands it. Things like coding, entrepreneurship, more project work being added to curriculums. Those are hopeful signs. It's about preparing kids for actual jobs, not just passing the next exam.
Which is the perfect lead-in to coaching centers. These absolute juggernauts built around exams like JNEET, UPSC, they've seemed untouchable for so long.
But maybe not anymore. Disruption seems to be knocking at the door.
You mean things like AI, tutors, online platforms?
Definitely. Those AI-driven personalized tools, plus the sheer cost of traditional coaching, is putting on the pressure.
And Anand Kumar from Super 30 had that striking prediction, didn't he?
Yeah, that 90% might disappear in a decade, unless they seriously evolve.
Evolve how?
From just exam-cramming factories into something more like mentoring hubs, focusing on, empathy, using immersive tech, guiding students holistically, not just drilling facts.
Wow, a total rethink for that industry.
It really is. It challenges their whole model.
And that brings us right back to the exams themselves. Competitive exams, we're often told they're about equal opportunity.
The great leveler.
But is that really true? Do they measure merit, or is it more about, say, memory, having the resources for coaching, and just handling immense stress?
It feels like the culture around them, the endless mock tests, the rankings, it can overshadow actual creativity or deeper understanding.
So connecting it all, do these exams really capture potential in the broadest sense? Innovation, problem solving.
Probably not fully. They test a specific, narrow skill set very intensely. So for many, it becomes less about aptitude and more about endurance, doesn't it, to having the right resources.
So for parents trying to figure all this out, global trends, local schools, the changing job market, what's the takeaway? What should they focus on?
I think the core message from our sources points to one thing: adaptability.
Adaptability. How so?
It means looking for schools that teach kids how to learn, not just what to learn. Choosing boards if you can, that genuinely values skills, not just rote memorization.
And maybe fostering curiosity at home, compassion.
Exactly. The goal isn't just good scores. It's empowering kids to be lifelong learners, to be resilient, creative, adaptable enough for a future we can't even fully predict yet.
That's quite a shift. It feels like despite the chaos, there's this huge transformation happening. AI tools, new subjects, skills in the curriculum, board reforms, maybe more options than ever.
It certainly seems that way. The real revolution, maybe, isn't just about higher scores or better rankings. It's about helping each child find their own unique path,
Huh.
giving them the tools to thrive in a world that keeps changing.
A powerful thought to end on.
Which leads to a question for you,
Sure.
listening. What do you think is the single most important quality education should instill in young people today?